Hi everyone, welcome back to your English class. I'm Jasmine and this is the 28th module. I hope you all are fine and safely staying at home. Today I'm here with a new lesson, and before that, I would like to bring your attention to some events in the past. Let me ask, why the year 1945 is so important in the world history? Yes, most of you have said it right. It is the year which marked an end to the Second World War. Do you remember which all events that brought a sudden end to the Second World War? Let's have a quick visit to it. In summer of 1941, the Japanese conquered China and Indochina. In response, America, Britain, and Netherlands froze Japanese financial assets in their banks and started an oil embargo against Japan, which means an official ban in oil trade. America demanded that Japan withdraw from China and Indochina, and in return, America would lift the oil embargo. The Japanese, however, continued their offensive with plans to conquer the rest of Southeast Asia as well as islands in the Pacific Ocean. Fearing opposition from the Pacific Fleet of the US Navy based in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, the Japanese Navy undertook to cripple the Pacific Fleet by a surprise air attack. On the morning of December 7, 1941, Japanese airplanes struck Pearl Harbor. This attack brought the US into the war on December 8th. Germany and Italy, Japan's allies, then declared war on the USA. In this way, the USA found itself in the war fighting against Japan in Asia and against Germany and Italy in Europe and Africa. On May 8, 1945, Germany finally surrendered to the Allies. Italy had already surrendered, but the Japanese refused to give up the fight as surrendering was against their tradition. Seeing no end to the fierce war with Japan, the USA dropped an atomic bomb over the city of Hiroshima on August 6th and another over Nagasaki on August 9th. Only then did Japan announce its surrender, thus ending the Second World War. Now you might be wondering why we had a revisit to these historical events. It is nothing but our new lesson is set during this time. It was the time of World War. An American prisoner of war is washed ashore in a dying state and is found at the doorsteps of a Japanese doctor. Should he save him as a doctor or hand him over to the army as a patriot? Let's unfold it as we read the chapter The Enemy, which is written by Pearl S. Buck, taken from the book Vistas. And before we begin, let me introduce you the author. Pearl Sinden Stryker Buck was an American writer and novelist. As the daughter of missionaries, Buck spent most of her life before 1934 in China. Her novel, The Good Earth, was the best selling fiction book in the United States in 1931 and 1932 and won the Pulitzer Prize in 1932. In the story The Enemy, Pearl Buck pens a heart wrenching story of a man confronted by a dilemma to choose either patriotism and duty to his country or his profession. Through the story, Pearl tries to answer the fundamental question: is the essential goodness in a human being latent and can it be evoked in the face of adversity? So, this is all about the author. Now, let's read and understand the story in the next module. Thank you.